Biology 30.
I'm Issac Shawnay.
I'm Shawnay, and behind the camera is lobesLauraC.
Hi.
Today we are going to talk about the occipital and frontal lobes.
And we're going to be dropping a whole load of information on you, so pay attention. If this stuff's important.
Your puns are bad and you should feel bad.
No, they're just awesome. You can't appreciate my brilliance.
Anyways, the occipital lobe is actually located at the posterior of your brain, which is the back, contrary to what you might think.
Kind of like giving new meaning to eyes on the back of your head, idiot.
Yes, it is. It's known as the visual processing center of your brain, which means everything you see just, goes straight to the back of your brain and gets all processed and worked out so that you can know what you're looking at.
But it's also your visual recognition center.
Yeah, it is. Things that you see with your right eye actually go to the left side of your occipital lobe, and things you see with your left eye actually go to the right side of your occipital lobe, which I find particularly interesting. Epilepsy predominantly occurs in the occipital lobe, brought on by flashing lights and colors and such and so forth.
So if you have epilepsy, you probably shouldn't go to a rave party.
Yeah.
Generally speaking. Although, actually, you probably shouldn't go to rave parties in general, regardless of your well-being.
Moving on.
Yeah. If you have bilateral damage to your occipital lobe, which means to both sides, it can cause object agnosia, which is when you see objects but you can't say what they are because you just
Can't really
recognize them. Yeah. This can also cause prosopagnosia. Sorry, I can't pronounce that for my life. Which is the inability to recognize faces. Yeah. We're obviously very interested.
I am interested, at least.
Frontal lobe. Go.
Right. Frontal lobe, it is located at the front of your brain. You smack your forehead really hard. That's right where behind your skull. Exactly where your frontal lobe is.
And you don't want to do that because it would cause the concussion, which would rattle your brain.
But it'd be really funny if everyone in class then did that.
Never unfollow Isaac's instructions. Moving on.
Your frontal lobe is located within your cerebral cortex, which is
The top part.
yeah. It's the largest lobe in your brain and the last to develop, which it finishes developing in your mid-20s. For guys, it's later, and for girls, it's a little later.
Excuse me, it's because we simply have a larger brain capacity that develops longer because we're more mature.
Whatever helps you sleep at night.
Trust me, I'm a guy.
We know.
But hey, just clarify.
Okay, it's involved in movement, decision-making, problem-solving, and planning. So when you're in math class and you have a stupid problem where math is trying to make you find its x, but she's never coming back to it, but you have to find it anyways, that part of your brain is working.
It's also who you are, and not in like a deep philosophical, existential sort of way. Literally your personality and your memories and all that cool stuff that you really think is important. That's all in your frontal lobe, predominantly.
It also contains most of your dopamine-sensitive neurons, so when you do really good things that make your brain happy,
Makes you feel all tingly and happy inside, like unicorns and bunnies and stuff.
or when you do bad things that make your brain really sad, those are the neurons that usually get that and react accordingly. Also, sorry, I'm reading off my notes. They recognize future consequences resulting from current actions, which is like, if I were to, stand up on top of this and jump off, I might hurt myself, and that would be a bad thing.
Sort of pathetic if you got hurt on 5 foot.
Knowing me, I would probably trip on the way down and land on my back.
Which would be amusing.
Okay. time, so we're going to try and speed through this.
Right. Major issues.
You could experience, this is a very long name, autosomal dominant nocturnal frontal lobe epilepsy, which is clusters of the nocturnal motor sensors, like seizuring, just like going absolutely insane. The seizures are stereotyped as brief, so usually 30 seconds to 5 minutes.
And then occur predominantly during sleep.
This is diagnosed by an EEG, which is basically anyways, we're going to talk about something that we just thought was interesting now.
And which is also horrible and you should never ever do, no matter what.
And now Laura's going to come out and talk, and Isaac's going to go behind the camera. Bye, Isaac.
Bye, Isaac.
Bye.
Go away.
I know you'll miss me.
No.
Okay, so lobotomy.
Lobotomy, sticking sharp things in your brain.
This is a neurosurgical procedure, and this big needle thing called an orbitoclast goes in through your eye and into your frontal lobe.
And basically cuts off your connection with yourself, so your personality traits. So if you're into like sports or you like watching movies and stuff, you might like alcohol and smashing your head against cement.
Yeah, it basically cuts off all of the connections to your prefrontal cortex, which is your frontal lobe, basically, and you just basically become this thing that walks around and eats. And
Basically a vegetable.
yeah,
Kind of depressing.
it is depressing.
That's
That's why it's illegalized now.
In the past, they used to do this to mental patients, who typically pedophiles and people who had committed heinous crimes. I don't know if that's a word. Probably is.
Heinous crimes.
Heinous. There we go.
On the ball. You got this.
Alrighty.
All right.
This is our
Thank you for listening to our presentation. It was awesome, as I'm sure you are all aware now that you've seen it.
And you can wake up now.
Woo!